Good morning, Central Texas. Welcome to Kids Community Connections, 103.1 Kids FM. I'm Phyllis Jones, your host for this morning. You know, it's still hot outside, and I'm still wanting my 40-degree weather. I'm going to do a dance tonight, and it's going to be 40 degrees tomorrow. Yes. Okay. You know, before I talk to, I have two guests. And this is their first time coming on my show, which is really cool. I like that. But anyway, yeah, I'm doing my political soapbox because, you know, I'm not happy because this week, women, we fell asleep. So, you know, if you're a female right now, just smack your face because we let something pass that's crazy as I don't know what. But I want you to remind you to remember September 1st, no texting while driving. Do it, start now so that when September 1st comes, you don't get pulled over and go, I didn't even know. You know, so if you start now, stop texting and driving today. Just stop. Then September, you'll be well on your way. You won't be texting and driving, and we won't have to worry about those tickets because, you know, those tickets are going to cost you more than $5. You know, we know they are. So so stop now before you started. Okay, now, women, why am I picking on us? Because, you know, our legislators are in their special session, which is 30 days, and this 30 days is almost up. And they've been crazy for these past 30 days, too. Our saving grace has been our Speaker of the House, which is Joe Straus. I like Joe Straus now because some of the crazy bills that were coming back, he could block. And I said some. He's not Superman, but he blocked a lot of things that, like I said, we as everyday people would have wanted to go away. He helped block them. But like I said, he's not Superman, so he couldn't block everything. You know, women, we've always felt that legislators, presidents, and all these other Congress should stay out of a woman's body. You know, we've always said they need to stay out of our body. They don't need to be voting on what happens with our body. Women, we've said that for years. You know, that decision making about our body should be us and not a bunch of politicians. Well, this week, women, some of us, we fell asleep because, you know, the abortion bill, a lot of us feel this will be a woman's choice. I mean, most of us said it's a woman's choice, whether she wants one or not. So that's been a battle. It's been coming up. It goes away. It comes up. It goes away. It goes all the way around again to the fact that it came before the legislative floor. The abortion bill came before the legislative floor again. And, you know, and it was going as no abortion for women at all, period. But, you know, the thing a lot of women talked about is the fact if a woman was raped, it should be her choice whether she has the child or not, because, you know, she didn't ask to be raped, and a child from one, she might not, I'm not sure she isn't, but she might not have the same love and care for that child because he or she will be a constant reminder. Well, this week, our lovely state of Texas, well, somebody's lovely state because I just disowned it, but they passed it where no abortions. And if a woman wants to have an abortion after being raped, she's got to buy rape insurance. Can you believe that? Can you actually see calling an insurance? I need rape insurance. Really? For real? Come on now. But anyway, women, we let that go. We did. We can't even say nothing because if we're going to go for women's rights and say that women has a right to make a decision on her body, yet we didn't stand up for this. We didn't. I don't know who said. I sent an email because, you know, I think it's stupid that still that their laws passed on our body. I think it should be a choice. Everybody should have a choice, and you live with the choice you make. But this week we fell asleep and we allowed something to pass, like I said, that shouldn't have passed that way. And that insurance shouldn't have never came up because that's it. I don't know who would think it would make any sense. Even my guest, she's here and she's like, no. Men, I don't know where you stand, and actually I really don't care where you stand because you're not a woman and it isn't your body. And, you know, I mean, y'all might have a passion about it, but it's not your body. So I think y'all need to stay out of it. And we deal with our own body, because if we went to vote on something of a man's body, he'd have a heart attack and come up with 50 million reasons why we shouldn't do that. But what I'm saying is we need to pay attention. A lot of us say we work and we don't have time. Okay, I work and I belong to I don't know how many organizations and groups, and I still have time. Just like you have time to check your messages on your phone, you have time to text, you have time to check Facebook, you got time to see what those people are doing in Austin that we accidentally voted for. Some of us did. We need to, because remember, we don't work for them. They work for us. We pay their salaries. We vote to put them in. They need to always know that we can get you out. They need to always feel the fact that we put you in there, but we can take you out of there too, but they don't feel that way. These bills pass because they know we don't care. These bills pass because they know we don't bother to look, because we're assuming that they're not going to pass. I don't know where people got that thing from, that assuming that they're going to do what's right. And if you take the whole word assume and put it together, you figure out why they don't do what's right. And anyone who sits back and don't contact your legislators, please don't have a conversation with me. Please don't, because I'm gonna take you out. Because there's no reason. So anybody who does not contact their legislators, I say to you, you got a problem. You seriously do. And you can't complain. And like I said, I don't deal with it. I don't have time. Because if I have time, everybody does. I even got my granddaughter contacting the legislators. She can't even vote. But but I've taught her how to. She can't even vote yet, but still, you know what? She knows what's up and she knows what's going on, because that controls us. Now, who our president is, it really doesn't affect us too much. It really doesn't. But who your legislator is affects you. Who your city council person is, that affects you. So we need to, get off your little tush, and quit assuming that because you got a job, house, and a car, you've arrived, because you haven't arrived anywhere, because you can lose all three of those in a little minute. You can lose those and be back where you say you would never go again. So what I'm saying is, pay attention. Your legislators are voting. Pay attention. Does it take long? No. You could join them. You could join them on Facebook if you just need to, and all the things, everything that passes or what's going to come up for the next day or week is on Facebook. You can do that. You can email. You can Google. You got a phone, and if you use your phone as a smartphone, which some people do, you can contact them that way. But never is there an excuse as to say you don't have time. Because telling people you don't have time, to me, and I'm a political junkie, telling me you don't have time means you don't care. You're basically saying, I really don't care what they do to me until they take your job. Then you all of a sudden care, and I really don't care about I don't care about you then, because I'm gonna say, when I asked you about this, you said you don't have time, but they took your job, so don't come to me and ask me about anything, because I'm gonna go back to say you wanted them to take it, you gave it up. You gave up some of your rights. You gave up these things because, once again, you claim you don't have time. And I don't even understand that word. I really don't, because we didn't come from that. I say our forefathers, no matter what color you are, your forefathers fought, and they made sure that things were laid down. And now we're making sure that we walk on what they laid down. We're not taking up the walk. We're not. We took the baton and we laid it on the ground, and we've walked on it, and we've happily walked on it. People go say, no, I didn't. Yes, you did, because you didn't pay attention. So what people took the time to make sure we get right, we need to continue it. If you don't continue it, I'll say just go out to the woods and just sit in the middle of the woods and just have a seat there, and somebody else will take care of you. But that's my soapbox, and I'm going to get on it. But they're still in session, so you need to go look at some of the other crazy bills that they want to pass, and believe me, they're really crazy. And for you to sit there and say they're not going to pass, yes, they will, because you don't pay attention and you didn't contact your legislator. You didn't call them. You didn't email them. You didn't Facebook them. You didn't fax them. Yes, you can reach them all those ways. All your legislators have a Facebook page, so, join theirs and talk about them. Talk to them. Our lieutenant governor, I have his Facebook, and me and him probably know each other personally right now, because I'm always asking him, where'd you get that nightmare from? And I contact everybody, because I care about us as a people. I care about our children, and I care about how things are supposed to go. And so I actually do what I'm supposed to do that. And if you don't, like I said, let's not have a conversation, because you're going to lose, because I got you. And all I want, and if you don't do it, you don't care, you don't vote, then be quiet and smile. Every day that they pass something stupid, you should smile. But I'm going back to September 1st. Remember, September 1st, no texting and driving. Start today. Start today. And I don't even see why you need to text and drive anyway. The phone is not, no message is that important that you got to text and drive to. None at all. There's nothing is that important. It really isn't. But you just people have just chosen to do so to be, I don't know, to prove they can do two things at one time, when actually they're killing themselves and everybody else. So I'm going to take a quick break so I can switch over and talk to my guests. Actually, also, I need to say, if you miss listening to, or you need to re-listen to any of my shows, you can go to mykiss1031.com, go over to Community Connections, and all my shows are stored there. Normally, I share my shows on Facebook, or either the guests will share it on Facebook and send it out to everyone. But like I said, if you ever missed a show or you missed a piece of information that you go, oh man, I didn't get that, just go to mykiss1031.com, go over to Community Connections, and you'll find the show right there so you can see it. Okay, I have two guests. One is a member of a sorority, and the other is a member of a fraternity. And guess what? I'm not a member of a sorority. Like I said, my mother said she would kill me. So, you know, that did that. I didn't want to die at that time. so I didn't. So women is first. So Chastity, right? And you're with?
I'm from Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
And so do you all do anything for the community? Because I don't know.
Absolutely. We're very involved in our community. We do things like we visit the VA and work with our veterans and spend time with them. A lot of them are forgotten, and we want to make sure that even though they're not serving directly, but that we appreciate everything they've done. We have the March of Dimes, where we actually recently just partnered with the Deltas to do baskets for families who've had preemies. I'm not sure if you're familiar. When you go to a store, there's really not a lot of stuff out there for women who've had preemies, and not a lot of clothing, diapers and such. So we did put that together to make sure that we support them and give them the tools they need during that hard time that they're facing with the health issues. Some other things that we do is roadside cleanup. We do believe in keeping our community looking good, and we do that by adopting a road. And so quarterly, our sorority sisters and I go out there and we clean up the trash and make sure we keep clean beautiful.
All right, cool.
We also do scholarships. Our biggest thing is scholarships. We're really big into education. We want to make sure that our youth have the same options that we've had to go to school and be able to get education, because without education, we're not going to improve our world or our communities.
Okay, now you just mentioned my favorite subject, because I teach children how to go to school. I teach children and parents. I don't think you should pay to go to college.
Well, I will say as a professor, so, I need somebody to pay for it.
Well, what I've done is, okay, like my daughter,
yes.
my daughter, she has her master's. We paid $100.
Awesome.
Because I had to get her a new phone. My granddaughter now is in college. She's 20 and she'll be entering the master's program this year, and we're not paying for that.
Absolutely.
Because I know how to scholarship kids through school.
Right.
So your scholarship, what's your criteria?
Pretty much we want to make sure that we kind of put out the application, and any senior in the KISD can apply for it. And pretty much they have to write a reason why they need this scholarship, why they believe they're the best candidate for the scholarship. And to be honest with you, we don't look at those that have 4.0s.
Right.
We look at the need.
Right.
Who needs?
Okay.
Because, you know, a 4.0, they're going to get those big scholarships from the schools. It's the ones that fall through that people don't notice, that do have the skill sets to go to school but don't have the means. And those are who we're looking for. And I will tell you, I just had a conversation with another professor that, do you know there's 5 million jobs vacant in the United States currently? Okay. And why? Because we don't have the skill sets here in the US. And a lot of our companies outsource, such as Apple. They outsource to other countries, not because of always low, cheaper wages, but the fact that we don't have the skill sets. And so we need to make sure that we are educating our youth to fulfill these positions, so we're not outsourcing them.
Right, that's true.
And that's what we do in Zeta. We make sure we try to give them an opportunity.
You know, I've paid attention to, I'll say, a lot of the states, southern states, and I still consider Texas South, but a lot of the southern states, when you look at the preparedness they have for the kids, they're missing out on a lot of jobs that our kids could have. If I go to the northern states, which is, I'm from the northern half, our colleges are on a different scale, because I'll say here, they have, they don't teach you a lot of the jobs, not a lot of the STEM jobs that will take your kid further. They touch on it here, but they focus on it more there. So they don't focus on here. So we have to get the United States to come together and focus as a whole, because you have this half of kids already prepared. You got this half of kids that aren't taught that, because I don't know where this divided or who decides what, but we need to fix that. And it's such as, we did an environmental study and through the NAACP, but the environmentalists who we had to get to talk about the water and the and everything to do with the water, the doctor in South doesn't have that kind of doctor. So we had to go to Chicago to get that kind of doctor to come here to talk about the ills of the waters. And so we had to go get, that doesn't make sense.
Right.
When all of it happened in this area, in the southern states, but you have to get a doctor from there because there's none here.
Absolutely.
And no, none here. And we were sitting there like, for real, you had to come from Chicago. You know, not the fact of Chicago, but just the point of, we got all these states along this border area, and you had to come from there because they don't have it here. So a lot of those things, I wonder, is it taught? Are you taught differently? We actually, you are, but why aren't some of the same focuses where our kids are need?
Right, and that's what our sorority and fraternity believe in, is giving those opportunities to our youth, because our youth is our future, and without them, you know, we're going to continue to stay in that state of mind. And so we got to make sure that that's why we are very big on serving our country, our community, serving our youth, and making sure they have that opportunity. And I'm gonna kind of caveat, because the NAACP has a back to school bash, which Zetas will be part of as well, this Saturday on September 19th for the youth.
Killeen branch.
Yes, the Killeen branch of the NAACP.
Because you reason why I say Killeen, because you have a Temple branch.
Yes.
So when you say Killeen, when you say NAACP, people go, which one are you talking about?
Yes, absolutely.
Because theirs are on 2 different days. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Zetas.
Yes.
How does a young lady become a member? What does she have to do? Where does she have to go? What's her requirements?
Most individuals become members of Zeta through their undergrad. So depending on if they go to a HBCU, or they go to a state college, if they have a chapter there, they need to go what's called an informational. Find out if Zeta is right for them. And I'm going to say, as a woman, you want to just kind of look into all 4 of the sororities that are in the Divine Nine, because you got to find what's right for you.
Right.
And I'll say, from personally, it was a connection when I did my research to my founders, and why my founders started Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and it connected to who I am as an individual. And I knew without a shadow of a doubt that I was a Zeta since birth. And so if you are a graduate and do hold your bachelor's degree, we do have a chapter here in Killeen. We are very active, and you just have to go to our Facebook page. Our Facebook page, which is Mu Delta Zeta, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority, and I'm the Facebook administrator, so send me a message and I'll get it to one of our sorority sisters, and we can give you all the information you need.
Okay, so for that person who doesn't do Facebook,
we have, I'm trying to think of our email. I don't do the emails. Give me a moment, I can get that email for you.
Or either a phone number, because, you know, as much as we are in a today rolling society, we always have to remember there are people who don't Facebook.
Absolutely.
And they just don't. There's no they just don't. So we need to give them all the other options and not say, well, okay, you don't have Facebook, so much for you. So I always ask everybody for all 3 ways, for the email, the Facebook, and the phone number, because, you know, we have to reach them in every way we can.
Well, if you don't have Facebook, 1, I encourage you to get connected. 2, I will say, please contact our chapter president, Zoe Grant. Her phone number is 720-448-4904.
Okay. All right. Good. And is there a phone number? Oh, you did your phone number?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. And once again, Facebook. And can you spell it? Because everybody wants to get it.
Mu Delta is MU, Delta DELTA, Zeta, ZETA. And we are here in the Killeen chapter. And like I said, send us a message, check us out. We have a lot of different community, not just service, but we do social events. We have our annual jazz night, which is so much fun. Last year we did a 20s theme. It was a lot of fun. We do it every single year. It's usually roughly the March time frame. You will begin to see our flyers and stuff out, but it's open to the public. We have a lot of different things that we do, so stay tuned.
Okay, so is it only Killeen, or can people from Cove join?
Oh, no, absolutely. The Central Texas area, we actually have chapter members that are living in Austin that come up to our chapter.
Okay.
And there's chapters in Round Rock that we partner with. We're all over the place.
Because, you know, people need to know, you know, sometimes you have an organization or group or whatever, and yeah, they live in Killeen. You know,
we're actually
the
Greater Fort Hood chapter, so the surrounding Central Texas area.
All right, good. All right, great. Okay, and we have a fraternity brother on here, and while she was talking, he was like, okay, hold up, she gonna ask me the same thing? Let me get this information going. Okay, and before I mess it all up, you're a member of?
Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, the best fraternity on this side of grace. founded
He
Howard
said,
University.
now, you know what, for the other ones who listening, just he didn't say that.
Well, I'm telling the truth. I am. You know, and we was founded in 1914 in Howard University. Three distinguished students, you know, they sit out to try to find a Greek fraternity that will exemplify the brotherhood, scholarship, and service, and we accomplished that. And later on, some of those same brothers helped sisters to start in 1920. So that's why we the only true fraternity with brothers and sisters.
Only constitutionally bound.
Constitutional bound fraternity.
Okay.
But however, we as my sister did state, we actually do a lot in the community, and to piggyback on her, some of the same things that they do, we do as well. We do have a roadside clean street that we definitely keep. This year we gave away 10 scholarships to 10 deserving students.
How much are your scholarships?
Well, they vary, so it all depends on what we can get accomplished, because we have functions that we do all year to so we stretch them. So it, like I say, it varies. It can go from 500 to 2,500. So it all depends on how well we do, during the year. But we definitely concentrate on making sure that we give scholarships every year, because that's what we do. That was a part of our chapter. Our chapter was founded, which is Theta Delta Sigma chapter. We was founded in 1982, and like I said, we hit the road and we've been running ever since. And for brothers that not a part of a chapter, or brothers that want to join the chapter, or brothers that's trying to come back to the chapter, you can definitely reach us on Facebook as well, at Theta Delta Sigma. That's our Facebook page. And our president is Brother Charles Simpson. His phone number is 254-319-7312. And we definitely want to try to reach every brother and sister, especially in this Killeen area, that's just there and don't belong to anybody anymore. We want to bring them home. So please reach out, see us, find us, because we definitely in the community.
Okay.
Yes.
So I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's something I've asked every men's group.
Okay.
Actually, and I'm asking you, and I'm suggesting that you do it at the same time.
Okay.
I am. So I know you got to take it back to get voted on. But this is what I'm asking.
Okay.
See, I'm not asking the women to do it, because women could do it and outshine and do it. But this is something men need to do.
Okay.
All right. When our kids' first day of school, I work for a school district. Kids' first day of school is very important.
Okay.
If a kid comes to school, I'll put it this way: if a kid comes to school with no backpack first day, his whole school year is ruined.
Right.
It's gone.
Okay.
He blew it.
Okay.
But also one of the important things is that they think that they need to see is people care. So what I want every men's group to do.
Okay.
The first day of school, I want every men's group to first of all go talk to a school principal.
Okay. And
then I want them to stand in 2 rows and high five those kids as they walk into school the first day.
Okay.
That I'm asking every man's group to just do that. They're just that.
Okay.
Because you know how that can make a kid feel to see 2 rows of men. Now they would expect 2 rows of women, but they would never expect 2 rows of men to just high five them as they come in the door the first day.
Well, and that's good, and I have no problem with that. But we actually have a school that we mentor young men constantly, and but you're right, that I have no problem with that. Right. And you know what, I'm gonna take it back. I can't do it because I'm gonna be out of the city. Right. But I was gonna tell you I was personally gonna do that, but I can't because I'll be out the city. My daughter's graduating, so she's gonna get angry.
Yeah, we want
not
you to
there
live
in Atlanta on the 28th.
Yeah, we want you to live.
So I have to be there for her. Okay. But I would definitely take that back. I would challenge my president, and he's the kind of guy he makes stuff happen.
Because when we our kids, and I incidentally say kids are today. They're not our future because they're living.
Right.
They are today. And if we show them when they're little how much we care, and small things mean a whole lot to kids. Right. I mean, we think it's buying this and buying that, when actually it's the small things.
Right.
So a thing of brothers standing in two lines just high-fiving them going to school today, that sets that whole day off.
Right.
And that sets it off. And not only you might do it one day, you might pick another day to do it, but that first day is a set off day.
Yeah.
And our kids need to see all positive that first day.
Right.
Because like I said, that sets the entire year.
Yeah.
And then also it gives men that feeling that it will give men, because y'all will get a feeling also when you're doing that.
Yeah.
You know, of just watching their faces as they further out what's going on, and then when they, oh, really, wow, okay, you know. So